open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter we had in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
As soon as the
Shut
door's
up.
closed, I'm like, some people say that the moths flying into those little blue lights are suicidal moths, but you almost just sprayed yourself with bug spray.
Shut up. We don't need to talk about it. I know what happened, you know what happened, we don't need to discuss it.
Oh, I'm gonna bring it up as many times as I possibly can.
Typical. Ugh. Anyway, Uncle Ox! And then she'll, like, jog slightly to catch up.
I don't know how
fast
far
are you
ahead
moving,
I'm.
Peter?
I'm not that fast. I'm not that fast to begin with. So, on the lower half of my speed. So, it'd be like at a, where's that? That'd be like at 2 miles an hour.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
You guys can catch up.
Cool.
Hey, we decided to go without some tech for a while we try to figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
Smart.
While we're on this little walkabout, I assume you know where the little cameras are?
The little cameras? What do you mean?
Well, so like in other forests, right? Like in other wild areas, hunters will set up cameras, trail cams, to, monitor what wildlife comes into the area and all that. I'm assuming there's something similar, if not the same, in a national park. And I'm assuming you would know where those are.
Yeah, those would typically be near to the trails to track human motion, as far as national forest stuff goes. Although the fauna fella that we discussed yesterday probably has some set up at some place, but I don't know where those are.
But if those are just to monitor fauna, they probably wouldn't have audio, would they? Lawrence, would trail cams have audio?
Depends on what they're trying to find, I suppose. If they care what the animals sound like, then they would have audio.
Also depends on the quality of the trail cam. Most of them are things that you have to take down and take the memory chip out of.
Okay, considering this would be something from the public sector, funded by the government, they probably wouldn't go for the microphones, right?
Yeah, we'd be able to tell because they would have a flashing light that goes on in the front whenever they get triggered, because they're not on all the time. It's motion tracking.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, let me just read something quickly. You guys have some banter while I'm reading.
So, Uncle Ox, we started doing, our little lawyer it out game and got a little concerned. What do you think they'll do, like government people, if they find these things?
Well, that would depend, I suppose.
Sorry. That's what they'll do.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's got to
Well,
measure out
that's
exoskeleton. Let's see if the insides are juicy.
Yeah, I would expect it would depend on how wide-ranging it is. If we're talking more than 50% of the populace, well, then that would include a large part of the government, if it's just random.
Oh, we didn't think about that.
that's the case, then they would probably try to go for an easy assimilation as possible, especially if the more powerful individuals are affected. But if it is just a select few, maybe only 3, but likely more than 3, well, in that case, I expect they would deal with it as governments typically deal with unknown things. Labs, no sunlight, medical equipment, that sort of thing.
Right. So, definitely a good idea not to talk about any of it to people. Like, should I mention this experience to my therapist?
Ooh, I would avoid it.
That would depend probably on whether or not your therapist has had a similar experience.
Gotcha. That's
If
a
they
good
have
idea.
not,
Yeah.
they probably would not be able to help you anyways.
They'll probably just report, actually, come to think of it.
Yes, that as well.
But then, what about client confidentiality stuff? I mean, technically, they're not allowed to, right? That's how that works.
There's a long list of exceptions.
If you pose a danger to yourself or others, is a notable one, and if they hear you say that, oh yeah, I turn into something, I change a little bit, they might either think you're entirely delusional, and therefore a danger to yourself and others, or they'll think you're a monster, and therefore a danger to yourself and others. So I would avoid mentioning it even to your therapist.
Okay, so there are ways around. Okay, great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I would also likely, and I don't need to be a savvy individual to know this, but probably don't talk about it over things that can be recorded.
Yeah, that's kind of why we're here now.
Yes, so
She uses
if you
the Nightbane
do,
word in front of a phone.
Well, there may be no ill effects to that. But yes, if you wish to tell your parents, probably wait until in person, I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm not even sure how I would go about that sort of a discussion. I'm also not entirely certain if they need to know.
Yeah,
As much as I hate to say it.
What if they have a similar experience?
What if they
it
don't?
is by genetics or bloodline for some reason?
Do you think Mom turned into a monster?
I mean, she might.
She definitely
He's a
acts like
lawyer.
her sometimes.
I mean,
Yeah, solicitors are all monsters.
Yes. I'm just saying.
Hey!
3 is not very many to figure something out, whereas 5 is a fair bit more.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Great observation as always, Uncle.
I try to make
5
the good ones, Millie.
5 is more than 3. You're
A
not
fair
wrong
bit
there.
more, percentage-wise.
It's almost half as much. It's almost like twice as much. Again, it's
66.666666666 continuous percentage greater.
I'll just do a thumbs up
Well
in his
said,
direction.
Lawrence.
Sure. Yeah. So it is more, but what's that thing that people say? Loose lips sink ships. I think maybe the
Very
more
true.
lips that are involved might make things a little more dangerous, even if it is blood related.
I'll leave that to you, of course.
Yeah, I mean, we might get to the point where we do need to tell them something eventually to live within. But to start off with, I would say keep this between us 3 before we really have a picture of what's going on and how we need to play it out.
I don't think Mom and Dad need to know. We can keep it quiet. That's the rule.
Ox will be I mean, he's talking. He is a smart individual, though, so most of his attention will be eyes out, looking for things. It's dusk at this point after dinner, so probably just any lights or movement.
Is anybody in Morphus?
No.
Nope.
No
We are all facade.
facade.
I need a percentage roll from somebody.
I'll do it. No, I've been wrong. I nominate you, Peter. Ox.
Okay, I'm on to it. Just gotta find. There it is. We have a 67.
67. So far, nothing. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Makes me nervous.
Seems to be normal. I mean, it's not quiet because it is the forest. Birds, animals. But nothing that you would consider to be off normal.
I am going to listen to the wildlife. The birds, the bugs chittering and all that good stuff. Can I tell if they get quieter when we get nearer? More than they did just a couple of days ago when we were fully normal human people?
No, you cannot tell.
Okay, cool.
I mean, okay, so it can't just be three of us. If it was just three people, then there wouldn't be more reports out there.
True.
Is there like, oh, I'm gonna look at the both of them just very carefully. No, there's no way to really tell. I mean, we're all in our facade forms, so. How do you tell what the difference is? How do we find other people like us? Because there's gotta be more people. I mean, there's so many reports.
I wonder if we have maybe like a spidey sense because the only people that we've interacted with since this thing happened is each other, and we're all
That's true.
different like that now. We haven't encountered anyone else, so I wouldn't know if like suddenly we get really nervous around non-Nightbane. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but I whispered the word
Yeah,
Nightbane.
we
Okay, cool.
That's true. Maybe we could do a town run tomorrow.
Yeah,
Test
I mean,
out
I
a
am
theory.
running low on marshmallows.
Oof.
Are you?
Heavens
have more.
forbid. I know she found your stash and ate it already.
Yeah, Uncle Ox, you had more.
2 days, Uncle Ox. It lasted 2 days.
I was saving those, Millie, for your departure day. Now they're gone. Guess we'll have to go
Well,
to town.
Everybody loves a little hot cocoa with their marshmallows.
That's Millie. She's never patient.
I wonder, ooh, there you go. Here's an idea. Get one of those bigger marshmallows
And brew the
And-
hot chocolate
and-
directly on it.
and inject it with hot chocolate.
Oh. Ooh. Now
Interesting.
that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, but marshmallows are very porous. They have a lot of air in them. That's how they are, the texture that they are. It would leak out. It wouldn't be particularly watertight.
That's the whole point, though, is if you inject the hot cocoa into the marshmallow, then you're very directly melting the marshmallow and you get that wonderful creamy effect.
You'd have to do it fast.
Yeah, injecting it seems a little too much work because, I don't know about you,
Semi-freeze-
but
Okay.
I wonder if you could make like a soup bowl out of marshmallow, like crisp out the ends, and then just put the hot chocolate inside of it like a bowl, and then eat the whole thing / drink it.
Feel like we need to make hot cocoa slushies. I
Is that
mean,
possible?
just
Yeah,
cocoa
so-
slushies, I guess.
when we go to town, we're going to need to pick up some gelatin, some sugar, and some
Right.
eggs.
Yeah,
Or like
Mm,
cartons of egg
mm.
whites.
absolutely.
This is an experiment that needs to happen, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
For humanity.
Yes. Humanity needs this.
Mhm.
They need hot cocoa, marshmallow,
And the
balls.
humanity adjacent also need that.
Are we humanity adjacent?
I don't think we're humanity anymore.
Are we adjacent?
I think so, because sometimes we are, like right now.
That's a fair point. Does anyone else's skin feel itchy whenever they're like this?
I'm a little uncomfortable.
It's like I'm wearing a sack over my true body.
Feels like I got wedged into leather pants that are just 3 sizes too small.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it's tight, it's uncomfortable, it's itchy, because
A leather
I don't know.
unitard.
Okay, humanity does not need that.
Humanity has it. I'll have to take you to one of those
God.
stores in the future.
We could maybe
Yes.
not do that, because we are related. I
No,
don't want
it's
to
a
know
little
what you're
bonding
talking about.
experience.
Is it?
Ox is going to be looking out for a plant. Honestly, I don't know if they exist in Michigan, but that has some numbing properties. So, the aloe plant would be an example of that, but I don't think those are in Michigan.
Give me a botany roll.
Ooh.
Oh, botany plant. Not identify plants and fruits. Okay, botany. Okay, botany. And what do I roll?
Percentage dice?
Percentage.
You want to beat your botany skill?
And by beat, you mean be lower than it?
Yeah.
Lower, yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I am lower than it. I rolled a 22.
Ooh.
You can find some plants that have a numbing capability.
Very good. I will gather up those plants as I walk and pass them to the kids and say, if you're feeling itchy, these will numb your skin up a bit.
I think it's more psychosomatic than that, but I mean, it's worth a try. Thank you.
I'm already taking the leaves and putting them on my arms, covering my body with as much as I can.
Table question for the GM. You know how you said that when we turned into our morphosis for the first time, we felt like we suddenly woke up and the rest of our lives had been a dream?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that every time we're in our facade shape, we feel kind of hazy and out of it? Or does that just mean that now we feel like our lives have begun?
Like your lives have begun.
Okay.
Whenever
So-
you're in Morphus, it is like you're wearing, when you're in Facade, it is like you're wearing a disguise, and you can't wait to be out of it, but it's nothing that's uncontrollable or anything like that.
Right, but it's not like we feel like we're in a dreamlike state.
No.
Like when you're particularly jet lagged and you can't tell what's happening.
No.
Oh, okay. Cool. Because if so, that was going to be my next talking point. But it doesn't matter now, so we're fine. But does my skin feel any better now that I have covered it with plants?
No.
Okay, I'm going to gently toss away the squished up remnants of the plant, the fibrous material of it, and say, I appreciate the effort, Uncle Ox, but I do not feel any different. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel kind of sticky.
I think your nature's broken.
Well, I can assure you that it isn't. But it's a shame. Maybe I'll find something for, what did you call it, Millie? Mental psychosis?
Psychosomatic?
Ah, yes. Psychosomatic. Yes, I'll look for something that maybe will help that.
Here, there's some shrooms that'll do that.
I would rather not take, like, no offense, Uncle Ox, I trust your knowledge of the wildlife and everything. I would rather not just eat a mushroom that gets found in a forest. That's just a personal preference of mine.
That's what you had for breakfast.
Yeah, but those were trusted mushrooms that I hoped and prayed were from a grocery store, vetted by someone who knew what they were entirely professionally doing.
Those mushrooms are found on the
Ox
log outside.
knows.
First at the morning off. Freshly washed. Nice and grilled. Super tasty.
Although that raises an interesting question. Since we're not entirely regular people at this point, would regular people poisons affect us the same or differently?
We should-
I'm guessing yes.
It wasn't a yes/no question, Uncle.
Lawrence is gonna smile, like, we could totally get some poisons. You can try it out and test it. I'm down for this.
There's one right over there, actually.
Really?
A poison?
Well, you'd have to, cook it down a little bit.
Oh, it looks like a normal berry to me.
Okay, I'm not trying to die with the poison. I'm just wondering, like, if, suddenly I can have milkshakes again.
Oh, you mean that kind of poison. All right. We
Like,
could
any kind
test
of
it.
poison in general, but, I mean, we could also...
We'll get a gallon of milk when we're in, too.
Although I would think that in our historical form, you would have a historical response. Whereas potentially with new possibilities, there might be new possibilities as far as mild poisons.
And come to think of it, milk... I don't think I want to test your digestive system on milk for that first testing and see if poisons don't work anymore. Ooh,
The cabin
boy.
is pretty small.
Yeah, and you are lethal.
Making suggestions. If anyone has a better idea, because I feel like we won't be able to focus on regular vacation activities for the rest of our time here because of the obvious event that occurred. So I was just entertaining the notion for exploratory fact-finding reasons. Also, I miss milkshakes, and I was really hoping.
And the way to test a theory
I'm
is to
open to
test
it.
it. The only way to test this one is by one of us ingesting it.
So you were heading back now?
Yeah, I
Yes.
would have done like a loop around, probably for about an hour.
As you are approaching your cabin, you notice a vehicle there that wasn't there before. You know the vehicle.
I do know the vehicle. What do we know about
Game
it?
Warden.
Game Warden. Okay.
You know the Game Warden, Jonathan Spencer of the area that's assigned to this area.
Okay. Very good.
Oh, and I will say, because of approaching and everything, you can approach this and see this before anybody in the vehicle would see you.
Okay.
So what do you wish to do?
Have we met the game warden?
No.
No? Okay.
He wouldn't come up out here on vacation time. Normally. You two better stay close to me. I don't know what Jonathan is doing here, but wouldn't want him to confuse you for miscreants of some kind.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Ox will approach the cabin and thus approach the vehicle. When he's in easy visual range, he'll give a wave.
Okay, well, you definitely see Jonathan is sitting in the vehicle, like he's waiting for you, and when he sees you guys, he definitely gets out of the vehicle. It's like, Ox, who are your friends?
This my nephew and niece, Millie and Lawrence here.
Oh, how long have you been up here?
Hi.
They've been up for the week. We have an annual gathering.
I see.
Yeah. What's going on, Jonathan?
oh, the forest is closed, and
Hmm.
they've asked me to increase my patrols around the area,
Hmm.
and also to stop off at all the foresters and check in on them,
Hmm. Very
just
good.
to see everything's going okay with them, no problems. So
Yeah, it's
just
going well.
you're
Just
on the
actually
list.
finished a patrol myself. Nothing. Nothing of note.
Okay, cool. So they've asked you to increase your patrols as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man, cool. Seems to follow with what I'm getting too. Don't know exactly why, but if you need any help, give me a call. You got my number.
I will do, of course. Thank you, Jonathan. Have an excellent evening.
You too. You
Hey,
too.
sir, have you been to any of the towns recently? We've been up here all past few days, just staying here. I'm just wondering if there's anything going on there.
Oh, nothing major. The local town seems to be settled back down. Nothing, no problems going there. You shouldn't have any problems going there.
I just don't really know what all the fuss is about right now. I mean, everything happened, and I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. We haven't seen any of what they were talking about on the news or anything. I mean, of course, except for the sun and stars going away. But, we haven't seen any of that other stuff, and we were just kind of wondering, like, we need to go to town and get some, like, marshmallows and stuff. And we're probably going to do that tomorrow, and we were just kind of wondering, is everything the same? I'm not really sure how to phrase it.
Like, if we go to town, are there still going to be marshmallows to get?
Oh
Well, that
yeah,
wasn't
it
the
shouldn't be a
point, but
problem. Supplies aren't in a rush or anything anymore. There might have been a little bit of that hoarding, when it first started out, but things are getting back to normal. Haven't heard of any reports yet around the area of anything strange like what we're hearing online. I'm probably thinking it's just people freaking out, standard stuff.
Just good editing skills. A lot of people
mm,
out there with good editing skills. Quite impressive. Do you believe any of it?
I only believe what I can see.
What have you seen?
Nothing like that.
well, let us know if you do, because that's interesting.
She's a fan of cryptids. She believes.
Now, I wouldn't go that far, but I'm curious. And so if you only believe what you see with your eyes rather than any of the
Ox
stuff
goes
you see
inside.
online, yeah, just let us know.
Okay. Yeah, yep. You let me know if you see anything too,
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
will do a little mock salute, and then down into like a waving of the hand with a little mock bow as well. And then I'm going to just smoothly transition that into going inside.
I'll just give her a weird look, then look at him. Bye. Go inside.
You go inside. A couple seconds later, you hear him drive off.
Um, when you go inside, Millie and Lawrence, Ox is going through his back window. He opened it. He didn't break it.
Die through.
And does his best to jog around to see where the car goes to make sure that they leave. He's going to do stealthily as well as best as he can.
Awesome. Give me a stealth roll.
Is that percentile?
Your stealth skill. Yep.
Which is
Percent.
prowl.
Prowl, yes.
Okay. It's dark now, yeah? We agree it's dark?
Yeah.
We're gonna go Morphous.
Okay, that's a different die roll. Yes.
But he's not. Yeah, well, he's basically just trying to track the headlights and make sure they don't stop. I guess so. He doesn't have to be that close. Okay. I rolled a 56.
And what's your prow?
50.
Okay, so you didn't beat it. You didn't roll under it, so okay. But he wasn't looking either, so he drives off.
Okay. Ox is going to, after making that loop, you see that he keeps driving. He's going to stand still in Morphous form. Probably 10 minutes. And just listen and watch.
During that time, Lawrence, I need perception.
Yay! Let's see. I'm a normal facility thingy right now. Oh, it's always the same. Perception +2. 8. I rolled great. I'm also going to be going through looking for things that might have moved.
That's
I don't
exactly
imagine.
what you were looking for your perception.
Yeah.
You can't be certain. Your laptop looks like it might have shifted a little bit.
I'm just going to stare at it for a while. It's password protected. Unless he's a good hacker, he wouldn't be able to get in there. Oh.
You think someone's been messing with your laptop?
Oh, I can't be certain, but it looks like it shifted.
Okay, you know there are raccoons in the area.
Well, yeah,
Like-
but
Yes,
the
blame
door
the raccoons.
wasn't open. I'm gonna check. I'm not gonna be able to resist it and turn the computer on and start looking for things that might have changed on it. Uploaded programs, spyware, malware, that kind of stuff.
Give me a percentage roll.
You know what? These
One would be best, but go for
Yeah,
it.
it sure would. Let's see what happens though. 27.
27.
Gave him my best shot.
And that's a beat by how much?
Or against what?
Yeah, that's true too. Okay, don't mind. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Nothing looks out of the ordinary. You don't see any new programs or any attempts, failed attempts, or anything like that.
No attempted logins.
No attempted logins.
And flip the computer over. Look at the screws. Does it look like the computer's been opened up?
No.
Oh, all right. Millie, you feeling on edge? I'm feeling on edge.
I wouldn't go so far as to call it on edge, but I would say unsettled. You know, diction is everything.
Yeah, for you lawyers, sure.
Yeah, I'm a little unsettled by that, but I guess it kind of makes sense that, you know, government agencies and government institutions and whatever would want to check on each other and make sure everything's above board. So I can see why they would have, you know, a warden check on a forester. But, you know, when Ox comes back, we should definitely ask him what he knows about that guy and what their historical interactions have been to establish character and precedent for these unwarned visits.
Been your 10 minutes.
Yeah. After 10 minutes, Ox will go into facade and walk back to the cabin, going through the door.
Yep.
Find what you were looking for?
No. And yes, I suppose. Noticed anything moved or missing?
Lore thinks his computer got moved, but, you know, it looks fine when he's poking around on it. We were just gonna ask you, what do you know about this? I forgot the man's name.
Jonathan.
Yeah, what do you know about this Jonathan? Like,
Well,
what have your previous interactions been? I'm trying to establish, like,
yeah, give me one
history
moment,
here.
Millie.
Sure.
Ox is going to upheaval the cabin, looking for missing things or added things. This would include the upper space as best as he can, where the puzzles are kept.
Okay. Give me a d20 with your perception modifier.
Perception modifier. What which one's perception?
Oh, you gotta scroll down to the bottom of your document.
Aha, got it.
There you go.
14.
Much better than mine.
Yeah, that's better. The feeling you're getting, you can't help get the feeling that maybe somebody definitely was in here, but it didn't touch anything. Can't find anything missing. You don't see anything that was added. Maybe a few things maybe got moved, but very random. Not like they were specifically looking for anything.
Ox, table question, not RP question. Do you usually lock the cabin? A lot of people who live, like, out in the nowheres just leave their stuff unlocked all the time.
Ox locks his cabin.
Ox locks? Okay.
Ox locks.
So I would know this by now, and
Yes.
I will go look at possible points of entry. So mostly the door and any other doors that may exist. But I'm also going to look around at the windows and see if they're all latched and closed, or if any of them had been left slightly ajar, like the one near the shower might have been left slightly open for ventilation or something.
They wouldn't have been by Ox. I'll just say that.
Go ahead and give me a percentage roll.
Percentage roll.
Well, she's doing... No. Oh, wait, hang on. Another thing I want to do with our phones.
Okay, that is a 96. So I probably didn't see anything.
No.
Okay.
Nothing looks out of the ordinary. Nothing. I mean, nothing obvious like, locks busted or locks scraped because they were being jiggled open or anything like that. Nothing out of the obvious.
Okay. Oaks, do you have any security equipment here? Security cameras, motion sensors, whatever?
No.
None. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we do.
But
Let me see your phone.
Okay. I will hand my phone over to my brother.
if you wouldn't mind, bring those with me.
Do you have a Faraday cage?
Take a little walk.
Hang on, I've got something else I'm gonna do with them.
Take a walk with the phones? I'd rather not destroy it. That is how I contact most of my clients.
I'm ready to pop the
No.
back off. What?
Lawrence, as long as you can put it back together.
I can put it back together. I would like to alter our phones so that we can have them operate as like semi-security cameras, to where when they spot something moving, they just start blaring and making noise.
But only when activated, right? Because I don't want to
Only
wake
when
to,
activated. Yes.
like,
So
roll over in my sleep and be woken up by.
yeah. The idea being to put them like outside, in a plastic baggie so they're protected from the elements, in an angle so they can see a direction of where people would be coming to the cabin.
So you're trying to make a security system with this?
They have a microphone, they have a camera. I think it can be done.
Okay, I was just gonna check if there already was a security system in place. I'm not sure we necessarily want to have
I do.
surveillance. Okay.
I am
Ox goes outside.
paranoid.
Yeah, honey, I know.
Whenever they come outside, he only goes like 10 or 15 feet away from the cabin. Ox will say, somebody was in the cabin. I'm fairly certain. I didn't see anything added or subtracted, but somebody was in there. Whether that was Jonathan or not, I'm not sure, but Jonathan is basically a nature police, and whereas my position is more of a nature social worker, and we do not have very many positive interactions, and he's never come to check on me. That being said, these are atypical times. But just so you're aware, I cannot guarantee, perhaps Lawrence can. No added electronics in that cabin.
Didn't spot anything.
But for the remainder of the time, any talking of physical changes should probably be done outside.
Away from technology, I agree. See,
Probably.
this is why I want to turn the phones into security systems.
Yeah, but what if the security cameras catch us too?
Yeah, well, they're gonna be taken down whenever we're awake, only put up when we're asleep. That way we can rest in ease.
Well, Lawrence,
Better ease.
you want to take your phone, turn it into a motion sensor alarm,
Yes.
and
And
put them
leave it-
outside
Outside while you're sleeping?
Yes.
in the wilderness,
Do you have two phones, like a work
where
phone and a
there
personal
are
phone?
all sorts of animals that wander around.
Okay. So, animals are not
So you say you
that
don't wanna get any
prolific with
sleep.
that kind of stuff, having lived in the mountains for a while. You can absolutely put a phone in like a little plastic baggie, put it in a tree, in a position, like nail it to a tree, and it will be protected from elements, and animals won't really pester it that much.
Oh, I thought the animals would just set it off.
The animals set it
Yeah.
off.
The animals that, I mean, sure, yeah, but it would be very, very limited. It's not going to be every 10 minutes it's going, "Bah, bah, bah, bah."
No, a couple times, 3 or 4 times the night.
Better than staying up all night.
Just making sure this is what you want to do.
Well, he's down for that. He's okay with it. I mean, waking up a couple of nights and checking is better than waking up to someone with a weapon to your head.
Says the man with guns for arms.
Yeah.
All right, well, best go back to sleep. Go to sleep, I should say. That ox is gonna go back in the cabin, go to sleep.
Do we want to do this phone? I mean, I'm down to do this phone thingy. Otherwise, we should probably have someone stay awake for a watch. One or the other.
You can try the phone thing,
You
but if
are
it wakes me up
paranoid.
for
Anyway.
anything other than an actual emergency, I will be rescinding those privileges.
I just don't trust it. I don't. Okay, like just quit. Blame it on my working inside government contracts. Okay, I don't trust any of this kind of stuff. He's coming by, not good interactions. Never comes by and checks. A lot of weird stuff happening out there. You let the words slip in front of a camera, in front of a recording device. I can't. My work's phone systems are down. I mean, they obviously know where I am. I've logged into work. There's all that.
Have you been working on anything that would cause people concern?
I work at the government contracting. Yeah, probably. There's at least half a dozen contracts that would probably cause concern. I should probably check to see which contracts actually can't be accessed anymore. That might answer that question a little bit better.
Cool. Well, I will turn off the actual lights, turn on a an oil lamp, and do puzzling until probably about 11:30 or so. At which point I will go to bed.
Are you doing the phones?
Yeah.
He's gonna do the phones.
I need a roll.
If no one wants to do the watches, he's gonna do the phones. What am I rolling? Percentile?
I know.
Whoop. 24.
Okay. You think you got it set up? You added a new little code program and tested it out. Seems to work.
I wonder if this is going to
Okay.
void my warranty.
No.
I don't like the way your eyes are shifting.
Just walk out without answering it. Put it in a place in a tree.
Did you? How many phones did you do?
I imagine Uncle Ox probably doesn't have a cell phone of his own.
He does not.
So just
Okay.
mine and Millie's.
Okay, cool.
And I situate them in places around where they will see points of approach. So
Okay.
basically just the front door and the back door.
Okay. Cool. Anything else?
No. Probably going to fall asleep on the couch.
Cool. Okay, let's see here. About 4 a.m. Alarms go off.
It's up. Walks over to the window.
Front alarm.
Can I see anything?
Perception.
It's an 11 plus 2, 13.
Yeah, you see something. It's a deer.
Hmm.
And it's currently in the state of running off.
I smack Lawrence with a pillow and go back to bed.
Hey, we got a fun recording of a deer. That'll be nice. Reset, go back to bed.
These dice are rolling. Interestingly enough, that's it for the rest of the night. It is the 9th now. You guys wake up. I assume retrieve your phones, turn them off.
Yep. Plug them in for them juice.
Pretty much close to being dead.
Yeah. Good thing it's not a long-term system. If it was a long-term system, I think about external batteries. Maybe we can look into... Oh, no one's here. I go back inside. We should look into getting some game cameras while we're out in town today.
Well, that's a thought.
Yeah.
But first, breakfast. And Ox makes black coffee, boiled eggs, and sausage links.
Nice. We're talking about boiled eggs just for, making sure in the shell when they're boiled still, or are you cracking them into boiling water?
That's a poached egg.
That's a poached egg, and no, we're not doing that.
Good.
No, that's
It's
too much.
disgusting.
Are the eggs still
Well, I
kind of
actually
like...
find it delicious, but it is a way more mess.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah,
much
it's
hassle.
too much. Too much.
So, are the eggs still kind of like... How boiled are they? Are they fully boiled the whole way through?
Well, he would, boil them how he knows that you liked them, having made them for you a bazillion times.
Okay.
His is a soft-boiled egg.
Okay, I'm gonna have a
Same.
medium boiled egg and cut my toast into strips to dunk in there, proper egg and soldiers style.
Excellent. Excellent.
Love egg and soldiers.
Super runny, doing the same thing, but I do it with the crusts. I butter up the bread and cut the crusts off, and then use the crust to dip in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Like crust sticks. That's how I did it when I was a kid.
You don't make the entire piece of toast a soldier?
No, I just make the crust the soldier. And then when
Do you put...
when I've got the inside all scraped out and emptied in the egg, I take the egg portion and put it on what the rest of the bread is, which is the innards, and eat it.
By the time you get done with breakfast, Peter, your work email alert goes off again.
Beep, 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 beep.
Well, we'll get up and check the old email.
Which it doesn't do it for every email. You've got it set up so, just the really important ones, flagged as, important,
Mm-hmm.
actually give you an alert. So Uh, I lost. Document? What? No. Where's my document? There it is. Okay. So you're getting, it's an email, one of these big general emails from the Secretary of Agriculture
Oh boy.
to
Okay.
the entire United States Forestry Service. And, well, this is official work email. Official
Sunny
headers,
Purdue.
official headings, official stamps from Rhea Cummings, Secretary of Agriculture.
Wait. I thought it was Sunny Purdue as the Secretary of Agriculture.
That's who it was.
Oh. Okay, got you. Good to know.
But
Gotcha.
this is coming from Rhea Cunningham's. Emo goes, first and foremost, thank you for your continued vigilance during these times of crisis and trying to figure out what's going on. Sunny Purdue has become unable to fulfill their post, and was appointed by the president and a quick vote in Congress. Boy, that's setting red flags off because Congress never moves that fast on a nomination. To take over as new Secretary of Agriculture. In order to help facilitate the security of our national forest, we are hereby combining the United States Forest Service with the United States Game and Wildlife Service, and basically what it means boils down to is all foresters now report to the game wardens.
Oh.
Hmm.
And patrolling of the area, all forests are to remain closed, and patrolling for trespassers are the number one priority. We will be reviewing manpower allocations, and we'll see if we need to increase any manpower to support this new directive. Thank you. Click.
Well, that is interesting.
Outside interesting?
Well, Lawrence, Millie, would you mind just coming and standing over here?
Oh, you found a neat, cool bug? Cool, yeah, absolutely.
There's a bug? What kind of bug?
100%. It's on the tree over there.
Yeah. Ox will go outside to check out the bug. And we go outside. My dog is not behaving well.
Aw.
Go outside and what do we do outside? I tell Lawrence and Millie the contents of the email, and say, this isn't good.
Okay, is anyone else now sharing my paranoia, or is it still just me?
Well, why don't we go into town and get a feel of things and get some supplies one way or the other?
Game wardens. What do? They monitor hunting. They're
Yes.
checking for trespassers. It kind of sounds like they're hunting.
It does sound that way, I agree. But let's go into town and see what's up.
Yeah, I think the most suspicious thing we could do today is not do what we just told the game warden yesterday. You can stay behind if you want to keep an eye on things, but I really don't like the idea of someone staying on their own.
Yeah, I don't want to be on ISO5 right now. Okay, and you're right. You're right. I'm leaving my phone here. Oh, that feels wrong.
Okay, well, I'm bringing my phone. Do you have something set up where if your alarm goes off, it sends a notification to the other phone?
No, I don't. And I'm not really.
Okay, well, how long do you think it would take you to get up to get like a text notification set up?
Oh, probably not long. It's actually
Okay,
fairly easy to do, which is a gateway. I could do
Yeah,
that.
let's just go ahead and do that. And then, pretend everything's normal and go into town.
Pretend everything's normal, like it's easy to do.
Put on
Ox
your
is
game
gonna
face, lawyer
pull
up.
his truck.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just tell me to lawyer up?
And he's gonna grab his hunting rifle and the box of bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Just put the bullets in the old
Glove compartment.
glove compartment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Put the
Here's
rifle
the
in the
notion.
back.
Hey.
Yeah. And then wait for the kids to get in.
I'll do a quick set to, instead of blaring an alarm, just switch it to send a text message to Millie's phone. And situate my phone to point at the front entrance. It's been charging this whole time on a fast charger. So how long did breakfast take and how long was this difference?
Breakfast probably took 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Breakfast.
Okay, so it's probably at like 70%, judging on how fast my phone charges on a fast charger. Which should, theoretically, unless it gets triggered every 15 minutes, last it for a few hours, so we should be good until like 1 p.m.-ish maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Phones are finicky. But get it set up for that. And yeah. Lawrence is twitchy. He really is paranoid. And like, not so much conspiracy theorist, but he's a hacker. He's been in places. He's seen things. Read things. So there is a healthy amount of conspiracy theorist inside his brain.
Drive into town.
I play with the radio stations on the drive to town. Because I, as the eldest sibling and therefore the better one, got shotgun.
Ugh.
I say
Shoved
this
in the
being
back.
actually the baby of the family. But you know what, it is
Also
what
the
it
baby,
is.
but that's also, yep, 100%. That's how it works. Kind of test. Like it's shoved in the back.
Okay. So I need to. Okay. You go to town.
Which I think is 4 Miles Corner? Is that a town?
No, that is not a town.
No?
That is. I looked at that. It's like, why in the world would they call that a town? That's not a town. That's a couple of houses here and there. Now, if you want a store, you're going to Newberry.
Newberry.
And I have put it in the Nightbane, the
Hey.
new Nightbane notes.
I
as
said
to-
Newberry, but I was muted. And I was like, why'd they tell us to go to Newberry? I already said we're going to Newberry.
And for those people at home, that is the coordinates for
As if anyone's gonna type this up. Anyone watching is gonna type in the coordinates.
You never know.
You never know.
But that is. I just had it. What?
Lovely little
I don't
town.
even know how to pronounce that. Raleigh's IGA
Rose.
shopping center. There we go.
Nice. So I'm actually going to stop at the food and spirits establishment. That's right on the entrance of where we would be going in. Stopping there first thing.
Timber.
and- yes.
Timber Charlie's food and spirits. Yep.
Yes. So we're gonna go in there. I'm gonna say let's check out the vibe of things, shall we? So go in. Wave at the. I don't know if there's a bartender at this time of the day, but whoever is there. As I assume, since they serve food, they're open for breakfast, or brunch.
Sure.
And request. What desserts do you have today?
Any milkshakes?
No milkshakes. Let's see here. Oh shoot. I hate it when it does this. I got stuck. There we go. Oh, nope, don't. Too far, too far, too far. Oh, that's a nice little bar. Trying to find
I'm going to say these pictures look delicious.
But I'm not seeing.
They may not have desserts here.
Yeah, desserts. I'm not seeing desserts anywhere. Salad,
well,
sides, Mexican.
well, I guess I would know that. So unless they had a special that's not on the menu.
No specials today, no.
How about just get 3 orders of onion rings, please?
It's yeah. That's funny. Just looking down their sandwiches. Two-hearted. California Reuben, the Paul Bunyan, and then a gyro. Okay, sure.
And how are things been going whenever the serving person comes back? I'll just ask them.
Crazy-ish, don't know what happened there or why it got dark or anything. It's a really uneasy point of view. It's been kind of slow. People are slow to come back out. Does look a little bit dead, to you for this time. People are kind of still just holding up a little bit, but seems to be getting back to normal. Anything else?
Well, any strangeness in town?
I mean, besides it going dark and
Well,
no sky and
yes.
everything, not
Besides that.
they're aware of. No, not that they're aware of.
Oh, Well, very good. Thank you so much.
You get your onion rings, something to drink.
I just munch on the onion rings and just look around, see what's going on. If there's anything to notice.
While you're there, very slow, very slow. No one else comes in.
Do I sense any strange attitudes or emotions coming from the serving staff?
I'm going to say not beyond what you would expect.
Okay.
There's definitely uneasiness and unknown there because what just recently happened only a couple days ago,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but nothing deceptive or anything like that.
All right, very good. I'll pay for the food, and we'll get back in the truck.
Okay. Be heading around the corner.
Well, first, Lawrence, Millie, notice anything?
I counted 3 cars.
That's not many.
Yeah, it just feels kind of
Quiet.
ghost towny. I mean, I don't know if maybe the economy's taken a bad turn in the year since we've been back, but it feels a little unusual. So the thing with people not being out is it feels like everyone's in, which means it feels like everyone's watching what's going on out, which means I feel like we're being very closely observed and monitored, which I do not appreciate. So, yeah, I say the faster we get our grocery and grocery related items and get out of here, I feel like that would be better.
Very good. To the store. Drive to the store.
The year may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and